What's going on, YouTube? So, this story is something that I've been, not wanting to tell. I would say viewer discretion is advised because even though it did happen like 6 months ago, like it still haunts me to this day. So, I'll start it back to the day before all this happened. So, I was chilling with my homie Jacob, and I had a e-cigarette at the time. It was a vape that I bought. It cost me $100, and I didn't have any vape juice at the time. I was like, hey bro, I was like, you wanna chill out? I was like, I need to go get some vape juice. I need to go to a vape store and get some juice, man, cause I'm out. And he was like, alright, I'll come and get you. So he comes and gets me, and we go get some vape juice, and then we go over to the high school that we went to, that we both graduated from. He was waiting on his girlfriend to get out of school, and we were talking inside his truck, and he was like, bro, he's like, I really like your vape. I was like, man, I appreciate it. He was like, how much would you want for it? And like, that was my only vape at the time, so I was like, it's not for sale, bro. I'm not giving it to you, bro. I was like, I'm not giving it to you. He's like, how much did you pay for it? I was like, $99. It was like $99.99. Like, if I paid a penny more, then it would have been $100. He was like, I'll pay you 80 for it. And I was like, all right. He was like, but I can only give you half right now, and then next week when I get paid, you'll get the other half. And I was like, no, man. I was like, if we're really gonna do this, you gonna pay me the whole entire $80, because I can't have you giving me 40 and then like you not gonna give me the other 40 back, you know. And I kept on telling him. He kept on asking me to sell it to him. I kept on saying no. He was like, hey bro, we'll go back to the vape shop. You can just buy one. You can just buy a $20 vape. And this was at the point like it was pissing me off. I was like, dude, I'm not giving you my damn vape. I was like, I'm not doing it. It's mine. I worked my ass off to get it. And he was like, man, I thought I was your friend, man. I thought we had something or something like that or whatever. So eventually I had enough. I was like, man, yo, it's whatever. We'll go to the vape shop. I'll go get a vape and I'll give you mine. I called my mom asking if I could give him my vape, and she said, well, when you don't have a vape, don't come crying to me, because I ain't gonna drive you all the way up out in Waynesville for you to go get another one. So we went over to a vape shop. I got a $20 vape. I gave Jacob mine. My mom was pissed off. Number one, because he told me that he would give me $80, but he didn't give me the $80, right? So, there was a lot of arguing back and forth, a lot of calling Jacob, telling him that my mom was pissed off. I already told him, I said, as soon as I give you this vape, and my mom knows that, you have it, she's going to be pissed off and she's going to want it back. And eventually that's what happened. She was asking for it back, and he was like, no, I ain't gonna give it to you, man. We already, we shook on it or something, and we never shook hands, bro. I never shook Jacob's hands, to confirm that deal. So, the $20 vape that I had a little coil, and it had cotton on the inside of it. What you were supposed to do was, before you filled it up, you were supposed to put, I have this e-cig juice, just in case I get my vape back. But what you were supposed to do is you're supposed to put a little, some e-liquid inside of the coil where the cotton was. You're supposed to let it soak in a little bit. Put some juice on the corners of the coil so it wouldn't burn. And for some reason, I waited. It said you had to wait a total of like 5 to 10 minutes. And I always wait 5 to 10 minutes, and I always take a second hit, and it would burn. And I don't know why it would burn, but like we went out to eat one night, and the house that I was living at the time had a smoking lease, so I couldn't smoke in the house. Okay, so and I was in trouble before for smoking in the house. I had gotten my vape taken from me, but I got it back. It was like really late at night. I think it was like 12:48, I think. And I was checking my vape because I had no idea why it was burning. My mom comes in my room. She sees all the smoke all everywhere, and she just had her hand held out. And I didn't even want to argue with her that late at night, so I just gave her my vape. The little $20 vape that I got from the vape shop. And in the morning, she woke me up. She's like, I don't know why the hell you don't even listen. I said, Mom, I said, and I explained it to her about the whole entire, you gotta drip cotton, and you gotta drip juice inside of the cotton. And I told her that it was burning, and I was just trying to figure out why it was burning. Because whenever I would hit, it'd make my throat feel like really sore, and I'd start coughing, right? And it just turned into a whole argument. I'm just gonna say that fight it turned from verbal to physical really quick. My mom took my phone because I wouldn't stop asking her about it. I was like, can I have my vape back? You better give me my vape back. I paid for it with my own money. Like, I can do what I want, it's that type of thing. And she took my phone, and I said, what the fuck? And she got up in my face. And the number one thing that I encourage anybody not to do is that if I'm pissed off, don't get in my face, don't touch me. Because my mom, she pushed me on my bed, and I got up. And then she pushed me again. The second time when she pushed me, I hit my head on the back of the wall. And after when I hit my head on the back of the wall, I completely lost it. Went and did something that I should not have done. I hit my mom. And I'm not afraid to tell this story. Like, I only have one fucking subscriber, man. Nobody's gonna listen to this fucking story. But anyway, as soon as I hit my mom, she looks at me. She just slaps me across the face, and she's beating me on my back. And she puts her hands around my throat, and she tightens her grip, and she's laying on top of me. And she says, you ever do that again, you're dead. And then she lets her grip off of me, and I'm over here choking on my spit because I couldn't swallow. And she said, I'm calling the police, you're going to jail. And at that moment, everything, came to me. I was like, I hit my mom. So I ran out the house because I was like, I'm trying not to go to jail. I went over to a friend's house that lived across the street from me. I was like, yo, dude, I didn't know what it was all still setting in, so I was like an emotional wreck. And he asked me, he's like, dude, what happened? I told him, I was like, me and my mom got into a fight. I was like, she said she's gonna call the police on me, dude. I'm going to jail. I can't go to jail. I got a girlfriend, I can't go to jail, bro. And he was telling me about going down the street, and there was a bridge, and he said I could hide. I said, nah, man, I can't do that, man, because if they catch me, I'm going to jail, no questions asked. So I'm like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna go inside. I was like, I'm gonna talk to mom, I'm gonna apologize, and we're just gonna talk, okay? And he was like, alright, man, well, you take care of yourself. And I was like, man, I'll try. And I'm making my way back to my house, right? And one of my cousins is there. I guess he'd be classified as my cousin. But anyway, he wouldn't let me go into the house. He's like, what happened? And the guy whose house I went to, he's a drug addict, or he was a drug addict. So my aunt came up to me and she said, did you take anything? Did he give you anything? And I said, no. Like, I didn't do anything while I was over there. And I was like, please don't let them take me to jail, because the cops had just pulled up. They was asking me questions, about what happened. I'm not even gonna lie, I was crying my eyes out, when there was a guy cop and there was a female cop, and the guy cop told me to go to the back of his car and put my hands on the back of the car, and he was patting me down. He said, did I have anything on me? And I said, no. He opened the back of the car, the cop car door, and he said, get in. And I just got in, no questions asked, not trying to, fight it or anything like that. I'll be honest, I was scared to death being in that cop car. I'm not even gonna lie. I was begging for my life in the back of that cop car. I was praying for a second chance. I was like, I know I messed up, but I just get me through this, Lord. That's what I said. And before I got in the cop car, my dad came. And I told him I was sorry. He said, oh, well, it may be too late for that. He told me to sit down and shut up. And he went inside and, talked with the police officers and my mom while I was in the back of the cop cars begging for my life. The guy cop had opened the door. He said, did you realize what you just done? Do you realize what you have done? And it was all still coming to me, man. I was like, man, I can't believe what I did. I just still, to this day, I still can't believe what I did when I think about it. Like, nobody should get that angry at all. At all. He was talking to me about, like, how I made the biggest mistake of my life, how if I ever got that angry again, he'd pull up to my house and we'd fight or something. And to be honest now, like, he said you'd be in jail for a year and nobody can pay your bail, since it was domestic. And I don't know if he said that just to scare me, or because you know how cops are nowadays, they'll say anything to scare the shit out of you. But the cops told my dad, they was like, you got two options. One, your son can live with you because he's not staying here, or number two, he can go to jail. And my dad was like, well, he's not gonna go to jail, so he can stay with me. And I went inside the back. Cop, he let me back in so I could apologize to my mom. And I did. He told me I was lucky because, I could have gone to jail. Honestly, I could have. Basically just had a lot of people tell me that if it ever happened again, they'd kick my ass. My dad said it, and the cop said it. I bet you my uncle was thinking it probably. But my aunt and uncle don't want me back at my mom's house. I mean, they say I can visit, but they don't want me staying there anymore because, I don't know, they think I'm a damn psychopath or something because I had one episode, which my sister, on the other hand, has hit my mom, has made her bleed, has put bruises on her, has scratched on her. They threatened to call the police on her one time, and they didn't do it. Not once. And it don't even matter if it's domestic or not. Like, I just think it's weird how my sister was given so many chances and yet she still does it. But yeah, I get pissed off one time and do a stupid thing and I almost get up going to jail. And, you know, if you've ever seen Beyond Scared Straight when those kids, you know, said that they hit their mom, like, if you were in a cell with the inmate and you said that you hit a female, you're dead. You're gone, because some of them are in there for that and they wish that they could take it all back. And I knew that if I was in there right now, I wish I could take it back. I still wish I could take it back. But yeah, I mean, me and my mom, we still talk on the phone almost every day. The first few days when I was at my dad's, like, he had me sleeping on the couch, and cause I didn't have this room that I have right now. I just remember just being an emotional wreck. I just could not stop crying. It's something that I like. I'm not, you know, saying that, like, I'm not making any excuses for what happened. Yeah, I got pissed off and did something stupid that I should have never ever done. Ever. And I swear on my life that it's never ever gonna happen again. And if it does, may God have mercy on my soul. Because nobody else is going to. Not my family. Nobody. Not my mom's family. My mom's family probably don't even care about me right now. The only person who ever cares about me and my mom's family is my grandmother. That's the only person who cares about me in that family. Because nobody else has, you know, even gotten to know me. Since I was 3 years old, nobody's gotten to know me in that family. You know, and just because I'm not a redneck like everybody else, they want to treat me differently because I listen to different types of music, or I dress differently than they do. They just think that I'm an outsider, which, you know what, I'm fine being an outsider, you know, because I've been an outsider my whole entire life. That's never going to change for me. That's never going to be nothing different, you know. But don't look at me differently just because I act a certain way. God put me on this earth for a reason. Even though I may not know what that reason is, he still put me on this earth. You know? And it's like my family on my mom's side has never really accepted me. Which that's fine too. I could care less because I've never really accepted them either. You know, it goes hand in hand. You know, they've treated me like an outsider. I'll be an outsider. You know, it's fine. Y'all can say that y'all love me as much as y'all want. But in the end, that's just going to be words coming out of your mouth. I feel like if they told me that they loved me right now, they wouldn't mean it at all, especially now. And I'm scared to go to family reunions because I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have a lot to say about what happened. Especially my mom's brothers. And I did the first time when I went back over to my mom's house, I apologized to my aunt and uncle about what happened. And it's like at one point I know that they accepted my apology, but I just, like, in my head I think that they think that I was BSing them. Like I was just throwing out some sob story to have them forgive me, which was not the case at all. I'm very sorry for what I did. If I could take it all back or go back in time and tell myself not to vape inside of my room because of the the moments that would happen the next day, I would have never. I would do that instantly. You know, if I could go back in time and tell myself, "Hey, dude, don't vape inside the house, man, because you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get pissed off, and something bad is about to happen." To a point where you almost go to jail. You know, and it's something that I'm gonna regret for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, till I'm 6 feet under the ground. So the lesson that I want to give y'all is never ever, get mad over something stupid that you did, you know. And just plan out everything carefully in your life, you know. Think about, like, oh, if I do this, what's gonna happen? Whether if it's good or if it's bad, you know. And think that, like, if you are on the verge of doing something bad, you need to think of the consequences instead of rushing into it and going all head in, you know. But yeah, this is a story that, like I said, I've not been wanting to put on here, but I feel like a whole lot of other people who do subscribe to my channel, if they ever do, which I don't know if that'll be a possibility, but like, I feel like me telling you guys this story is gonna let you guys know more about me. And I'm not a bad person for doing what I did. I just got to a point where I got so mad I just lost control, and I'm getting better at controlling my anger and stuff, and taking care of all that. But my mom still loves me. I love her. That's the end of that, Even though her family may not love me right now, I could care less if they do or they don't. It's fine by me. I don't care. As long as my mom loves me, that's the only thing that I care about. As long as she's able to forgive me for what I did, that's all that matters to me. Nothing else matters at all. But yeah, I'm glad I actually told this story, because now it makes me feel better, putting this out here. Yeah, but I'm gonna get off of here. I'll talk to y'all later.